Hello, I'm Ryan Thorpe with UNDathletics.com. Happy National Signing Day to everybody. You too, Coach. I know this is a big day for you and your program. Your staff did a lot of work to bring in these 12 signees you got coming in.
Yeah, we're excited. The staff did a great job of getting out, and we got recruits from 4 states, and so we're real happy with the class we brought in, and we're not done, and as we'll talk about through the interview, and we're going to keep going and hopefully get some more Greyhounds on board.
Well, you did mention that you had 4 different states. The expansion of the league, is that kind of affecting, kind of going west a little bit? Or is that affecting your philosophy and where you're recruiting?
Not so much. We kind of started this a couple of years ago when we started in the league. Obviously the state of Illinois has been a big state for us. First and foremost, obviously, we're going to take care of Indiana. And then from there, we're hitting the St. Louis area, which was good for us this year. Coach Gillen gets down there and does a great job. And then we were lucky to nab a guy out of Cincinnati, which we haven't been able to do over in Ohio for a while. So, and then also in Dayton. So we got a couple of Ohio guys, which we're real happy because that state plays great football. And then, of course, the state of Illinois, has produced a lot of great football players for us, and we will continue to hit that area.
Well, let's get right to it here. As I said, 12 signees. Six on offense, 6 defense. Let's start with the quarterback, I suppose, with Bryce Stankham out of Bloomington South.
Yeah, Bryce was. We've had him in camp, as we have had with a lot of these guys, and Bryce is a very good football player. Bloomington South is coached by a guy named Mo Moriarty. He's done a great job wherever he's been. He's been a college coach. He's been a high school coach, and Bryce is a very good student of the game. He works at it, and again, we're fired up to have Bryce with us, and he did a great job with Bloomington South. I believe they got beat in the semi-state there last year.
Then you got a couple of big-time skills guys in Tyree Lee at running back and Malik Higgins at wide receiver.
Yeah, Malik's out of Evansville. He was a big kid for us. He's a fast wide receiver that played a lot of different positions in high school, but we're going to play him as a return guy and also on offense as a receiver. So I think Coach Lynch just got better as a receiver coach for us. So Malik is a game-breaking type of kid, and we're excited to have Malik with us. Also Tyree Lee, big-time running back. The south side of Chicago, St. Rita High School. Tyree is a guy that can do it all. He can make you miss, he can run you over, and also catch the ball out of the backfield. So he's a guy that is a special get for us, also a great student, as a lot of these guys, and we'll talk about that here a little later on. But we're excited to have those 2 guys in the skill position along with Bryce at quarterback.
And then moving up front to the O-line, Joe Zappano and Dan McHale.
2 big guys. Joey's 6'5", 290, and he's all of that. And did a great job. He's also a Dean's Award winner academically. Had him up in camp, saw him move around a lot, and did a good job out of the north side of Chicago. And then Dan McHale's from Cincinnati, Ohio, St. Xavier, a quality program, a program that wins year in, year out. The kids know how to work. And real fired up to get Danny and get into the program. So we got 2 quality offensive linemen there.
All right, and you also signed a kicker this year, Jacob Lafree. He's almost 200 pounds. I think he was a wrestler in high school too.
Yeah, Jake's a unique kicker in that he does a lot more than just kick. He's a tough guy. Kicks and punts. He came to our camp last May. Got to see him firsthand, and we looked at a lot of different kickers, far and wide. But Jake has got a real strong leg. We're going to work on his accuracy as we always do with those kids. But he's got a real strong leg, so we expect him to come in and compete for the kicking position and also the punting position.
All right, well, over to the other side of the ball, 3 defensive linemen. Yeah, Eric Hart, Lucas Wright, and Jacob Schmatz.
Yeah, Eric Hart, we'll start with him up from Lebanon and north side of the city, is a state qualifier in wrestling. He's going to the regionals this weekend, had him in camp this summer, and real happy to have him. He's also a student athlete in terms of merit award academically. Garrett Lucas Rice over in Mount Vernon got kind of banged up this year with his foot, but he is a force, and he is somebody we need in the interior of our D-line. Big kid, had him in camp, really liked him. I know when we reconvened after the camp season, those two guys came out along with Jacob here, I'll talk about in a minute, but they came out in full force, hey, we got to get these guys. And Schmatz is the same way. We had him in our camp. So all three of those guys were camp kids that we recruited very hard, and Schmatz is playing basketball right now, and then he'll play baseball, and and so he's going to get nothing but bigger. And we got a tough program up there in Mishawaka, and so we're excited to have all three kids come in and compete to play next year.
All right, then you have a trio of linebackers as well, in Cole Sigmund, Kyle Trieber, and Andrew Garnwood.
Yeah, we'll start with Andrew Garwood. He's a bigger kid, bigger linebacker guy. He really is productive on film. Another academic guy that is doing very well in the classroom. He'll be a kid that gets the Academic Merit Award along with football. And again, just a real thumper on defense, and a kid that really strikes you when you watch his film. Cole Sigmund's out of St. Louis, a kid that's a very versatile type of linebacker. A kid who will probably play at the will position. Again, a guy that can move. He played running back. I think he started at his high school since he was a freshman. Again, another academic kid that is doing very, very well in school out of the St. Louis area. Kyle Trieber comes from historically one of the premier programs in the state of Indiana in Penn High School, and Kyle does a great job. He's a leader. He was wrestling until he hurt his shoulder, then he had to drop out of wrestling, but he'll be fine. And again, a leader on that defense. And Penn, I think they got beaten in the semi-state. So again, three quality linebackers and a group which we're excited to have.
All right, well, that's not the only people you have coming in. You have other commits as well, and this is an ongoing process too. It doesn't end today. So, what else you want to discuss?
No, I think that again, out of those 12 kids we talked about, 7 of them are academic kids, and 7 of them. What I mean by that, they're all merit award guys that have gone above and beyond the call of duty in terms of just getting into UIndy. They're quality guys, both in their test scores and also with their grade point averages. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, and we're real pleased with that. We're going to continue to recruit. We still got our eyes on a couple of other players. You got on your list a couple of guys that have already jumped on board, and Dylan Bruce is a good big-time safety DB from over in Missouri area. Skylar Hall from down the block at Whiteland. Nickerson up at Elkhart, big old lineman. Sturgeon is another old lineman. Whitaker's a receiver from Indian Creek. So those are guys that going to come on board with us and compete to play, and can't wait to have them. We'll definitely be adding guys as soon as later on today. So our recruiting never ends here for a while, and we're going to constantly try to upgrade our roster and make it competitive to win us another GLVC championship and to get into playoffs and eventually move on.
All right, well, that's great stuff, Coach. I appreciate it. I'm excited to see these guys in action here soon, and spring football is coming up as well. So it's a year-round thing nowadays, I think.
Yeah, we're excited to get off the road and get back with our kids. They've been lifting with our strength guy Steve Burke, but we're excited to get back with our kids, and we'll start really getting back with them next week when we start our AM runs on Tuesday and Thursday, and they're lifting weights Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So it's a 5-day-a-week program right now, and that'll lead us up into spring, which is we'll start March 17th. and accumulate. I think it's April 11th with our spring game. So we're fired up about it. Got a good group coming back, and we've added some great names already, and we're looking forward to adding some more to our roster.
All right, great. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to pass on those AM runs next week, Coach. But anyway, best of luck to you going forward, and thanks for the time.
Go Hounds!